I enjoy nice things, but I certainly don't buy everything just because they are nice. And here are the 9 shopping rules I've been following for years. These rules allow me to build a wearable and versatile wardrobe without going broke. The first one is, I don't buy a luxury bag in a different color just because I supposedly have too many black bags. Now when I first started buying luxury bags, I thought a collection is only complete if I have bags in all different colors, but it just doesn't work like that for me. For example, I love seeing red handbags on other people, but I just don't feel like I can pull it off. In fact, I really tried to make it work. I bought a Celine Nano and a Chanel wallet on chain in red color, but I hardly ever use them. In contrast, I thoroughly enjoy my black bags and I use them a lot. And I also love the fact that I don't have to worry about color transfer. And I think that's what matters, right? I mean, don't we all buy bags just so we can enjoy using them? I'm not sure if you can relate, but when I first started buying bags, I felt really insecure about my choices, and I would always ask for opinions from others, including people who might not know me that well. For example, this Chanel bag is lovely. It has a single flap, so it can fit way more than a classic double flap. It's also lightweight, and I really love the chevron pattern. Now, when I was in the Chanel store, I saw this bag in the black color and I really loved it. But then I thought, I already have several handbags in black, so maybe I should go for beige, thinking it should be quite easy to style. But as it turns out, it wasn't as wearable as I expected because there was quite a heavy yellow undertone to the beige, so it was more yellow than beige, in my opinion. So now I don't feel guilty for adding another black bag, especially if I love the way it looks and I know I'll be using it way more than if it was in another color. The second one is, I don't follow trends. I really don't. I find this one especially liberating because it means I don't buy anything just because it's the it item. Similarly, I don't get rid of anything from my wardrobe just because it's supposedly no longer in fashion. This way, I regain a lot of control in terms of the way I spend. On top of that, I'm also able to express myself more and find my own personal style. So I really recommend everyone to look at trends as a source of inspiration rather than the ultimate shopping guideline. Shopping rule number 3. I don't aim to build a collection of small leather good pieces. When I first dabbled into the world of designer shopping, I came across a lot of beautiful collections on social media. For example, the same wallet in different colors or materials. Back then, I didn't really consider the aspect of practicality, and so I found myself heading in the same direction. At a certain point, I had a small collection of Louis Vuitton toiletry pouches, mini pochettes, and coin purses. But soon, I realized it was all getting very confusing because sometimes I would actually forget to transfer things from one wallet to another, and it just became this very tedious chore. So I started to downsize and I sold pretty much everything apart from the pieces that I actually use on a day-to-day basis. At the moment, it might look like I have a small collection of small leather good pieces, but that's because I kind of added new pieces along the way to accommodate to life changes. I use this Chanel mini O case for a number of years and it's great for carrying cards, cash, and some coins. And when I stopped carrying cash, I moved on to this Chanel classic card holder. From there, I started to really curate the things I carry with me. So now I only carry one credit card and my driving license. And so now I'm using the Mulberry card holder. Typically, when I find something that works well for me, I feel really content and I don't feel tempted just because there's a new color or a new design. I must say this rule has been serving me really well because I've saved so much money. Let me know if you can relate to this. But I feel like if you like nice things, you might find small leather good pieces tempting because they seem to be a lot cheaper than a luxury bag. And so you won't feel as guilty even if you're buying them on impulse. But they are actually really expensive for what they are. And if you're not careful, things can really add up. Shopping rule number 4 is that I don't do designer outlet shopping. This is something I've been very consistent with for about 7 to 8 years. Even on the very rare occasions when I do drop by a designer outlet for whatever reason, I don't do any shopping. However, 10 years ago, I used to love outlet shopping. In fact, sometimes I would drive for hours to get to Bicester Shopping Village, which is a very popular designer outlet here in the UK, and then I would spend 2 full days looking for things to buy. Looking back, a lot of the shopping I did was purely driven by FOMO FOMO or fear of missing out. Truthfully, they were mostly impulse purchases. Now, the whole idea of outlet shopping is that you might get a good discount, but on the flip side, you have no idea what they have in the store, so you can't really go there with a shopping list. So then what do? We buy as much as possible because it feels like we're making a savings. And we also buy things that we don't want or need. In fact, some of you have told me that many designer brands make certain collections that are only available in the outlets, and apparently they are not of the same quality like what you would see in a normal store. So now I don't do any designer outlet shopping anymore, at least for my circumstances. When I take into consideration the time and effort to get to a shopping outlet, I wouldn't be making that much of a savings anyway. Shopping rule number 5 is that I don't buy things just for the sake of matching. For example, trying to match a card holder with a handbag in the same color, material, or brand, or trying to match my earrings with a bracelet from the same collection. If anything, I really enjoy mixing things. For example, I love mixing white gold or platinum with yellow gold. I also don't mind wearing a handbag with silver hardware, even if all the jewelry pieces I have on that day are in yellow gold. And as many of you know, I'm someone who really enjoys mixing designer brands with high street pieces for my day-to-day outfits. Number 6 is not exactly a shopping rule. If anything, it's more like a personal preference. But I don't see myself buying a Chanel bag anytime soon. I came to this decision several price increases ago. I think their pieces are overpriced anyway, but my decision is not solely based on Chanel's pricing. So basically, I've been checking their new releases now and again, and I honestly haven't felt excited about anything. I have also bought and sold quite a number of Chanel bags during my time, and for me, Chanel bags are lovely to look at, but I don't necessarily love using them as much as I love looking at them, if that makes sense. Even with the 2 Chanel bags in my collection, I don't use them that much. Ever since I found the concept of minimalism, and then I went through a period of heavy downsizing, I've been very happy with my bag collection, but even then, I still feel like I might one day buy another Louis Vuitton, Hermes, or from other brands, whereas Chanel is off the radar for me, and it has been that way for quite a number of years. Another shopping rule I follow is that neutral colors always come first with everything I buy. This one definitely took quite a bit of trials and errors. When I was in my 20s, I tried to wear more colors, and I would buy things without a plan of how to make all these different colors work together. So what happened was, my wardrobe was chaotic. Even though I had way more than I do now, my closet was not cohesive, and I found it really hard to wear things interchangeably. If you love bright colors, more power to you. But I've come to realize I feel and look my best in neutral colors, and there's nothing wrong with it. I also love how I can easily mix and match all the different elements, and it really takes no time to put together an outfit. So now whenever I shop for my clothes, shoes, and bags especially, I always look at neutral color palette first before anything else. And I'm now totally at peace with the fact that I don't need to include bright colors just to look more exciting to others. I also feel that because my wardrobe is quite cohesive, I end up spending less on shopping because I only buy things that will complement what I already have. So for example, if I come across something in a color that will require me to buy something else to make this item look complete, I simply won't buy it. That being said, I actually don't mind bright colors when it comes to smaller elements, such as small leather good pieces, the twilly for my Hermes handbags, and small jewelry. My next shopping rule shouldn't come as a surprise, but I only buy fine jewelry. Now, jewelry is one of those categories where less is more. I personally would much rather save up longer and buy just 1 pair of diamond earrings instead of 10 pieces of fashion jewelry. This is something I've always been doing, and I'm thankful for it because otherwise I would have spent a lot of money on very overpriced designer costume jewelry. For example, these Dior tribals earrings feature resin pearls, which means they are not real pearls, and they cost about £340. Now, I know some people buy these earrings for the design and also the brand's heritage. But to give you some context, at this price point, you could buy a pair of earrings made of real pearls, and they also come with 18 karat solid gold. I'm not sure about you, but for myself, the choice is very easy to make. Number 9 is I don't buy high heels anymore. Now, I know some people look and feel amazing in high heels, but I personally feel more pain than joy when I have them on. So now I've happily given up on them. This has actually simplified my shopping quite a bit because I now don't even do any kind of window shopping or browsing for high heels. And those are the shopping rules I've been following for years. Now when I say rules, it might sound really restrictive, but to be honest, they are just very practical shopping tips. In fact, it's almost like a second nature for me now to shop in a very intentional manner. I would absolutely love to hear how you shop for your own wardrobe, so please share your own shopping rules down below. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for being here. Take care and I will see you soon.